With the MLS season wrapping up a couple days ago, LA Galaxy winning their first MLS League title in 10 years. We are going back to a video I did last year. We're going to put the Premier League teams into that same playoff format as of their current standings. Now I did do their current standings as when they all have played 14 games. So obviously over this weekend, a couple teams have played. Liverpool obviously haven't played. So we are doing it from when they had 14 games where it was all even. So this is the current standings. Now if you're looking at this, you can see where Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Man City, the top four, they don't have an opponent. And you see this is only 16 teams. That's because we are forced to do a play-in bracket. So we are going to do a play-in bracket kind of like what the NBA does in real life now with the play-in match there. We are doing that here, and you can see the play-on matches there. We are going from 13th place all the way to 20th. The lowest seed will get the higher seed. So let's just say Southampton win this game against Manchester United. They will take on Liverpool in the first round. However, if Man United win against Southampton, they will take on Manchester City automatically. So that is how that will work. So the matchups we have to get into the playoffs, it's Man United, who were in 13th. They are taking on 20th place Southampton. We have 14th place West Ham taking on 19th place Wolverhampton Wanderers. We have 15th place Everton taking on 18th spot Ipswich. And then 16th place Ruud van Nistelrooy's in Leicester City taking on 17th place Crystal Palace. So that's the most even matchup in the playoff rounds. So let's see who comes up first between Manchester United and Southampton. If Southampton wins, they take on Liverpool. If Man United wins, they take on Manchester City in the first round of the actual playoffs. Let's get to it. And Man United win 3-2. They scrape by with Eriksen scoring the winner in the 83rd minute. Højlund in the 71st. Lallana missing a penalty that would actually put them up 3-1 and possibly sent Southampton through. But Eriksen with the brace in the most important one, a winner in the 83rd minute. Manchester United are through. They have a first round matchup against Manchester City. That is going to be a juicy one for sure. The next matchup here is West Ham versus Wolves. First 14th place versus a 19th place. If West Ham win this, they will take on Chelsea, or is Chelsea second? They'll take on whoever's second. If Wolves win this, they will take on Liverpool. It is Wolves to get through. Strand Larsen in the 52nd minute and Strand Larsen in the 4th minute. 2 goals in the first 5 minutes. 1-1 after 5 minutes is insane. Piqueta, he scores there, but that's the only goal for West Ham. So Wolves move on, and they will be taking on Liverpool in the first round of the playoffs. Everton versus Ipswich. 15th Everton, 18th Ipswich. Everton wins this, they take on Chelsea. Ipswich wins this, they take on Chelsea. Actually, so Everton actually takes on Arsenal, I should be saying. Ipswich wins this, they take on Chelsea. Quick sim, and Ipswich. Delop in the 84th minute sends Ipswich to the knockout stages through the playoffs actual bracket. And we say goodbye to Everton. We say goodbye to Sanjay. Ipswich will be taking on Chelsea in the first round of the playoffs. Now, whoever wins this one between Crystal Palace and Leicester City get the honor of taking on Arsenal. So the winner of this will take on Arsenal, and it will be Leicester City. Buonanotte, another 2-1 win. Foss in the 6th minute, what an awful defender he is. And then Buonanotte in the 52nd minute. Eze gets sent packing despite scoring a goal. So Leicester City are the final team in, and they will be taking on Arsenal. And so we have our full-on playoff bracket here. We have first place Liverpool taking on 19th place Wolves. 8th place Villa taking on 9th place Bournemouth. 3rd place Arsenal taking on 16th place Leicester City. Fulham versus Brentford, 6 and 11 there. Chelsea as a 2 taking on Ipswich Town as the 18. Nottingham Forest as the 7th taking on a 10th place Tottenham. We have a Manchester Derby with 4th place City taking on 13th place United. And then the last one, we have Brighton in 5th taking on 12th place in Newcastle. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win it. Last year, last time I did this, it was Arsenal. They went all the way through. I believe they were number 1 seed at the time of doing that. Obviously bottling it then in real life, but they didn't bottle it here. So first up, it's Liverpool versus Wolves. Liverpool versus Wolves here. The winner moves on to the quarterfinals. Will be first place Liverpool. It will, but it's a scary one for them. Diego Jota in the 85th minute with the win. And Diego Jota will send Liverpool to the quarterfinals. It's Bournemouth versus Villa, who will go through and take on Liverpool. It will be Aston Villa, Matty Cash, and Pau Torres. We'll send Bournemouth back, and Villa have a quarterfinal matchup against Liverpool. It's Arsenal versus Leicester City, and Arsenal are through. Jamie Vardy trying to get a consolation goal in the 86th minute, trying to do what they did in real life, and came back just recently over the course of the weekend. Saka, Ben White, Martinelli, and Martinelli. That's a shocker that Martinelli can score goals here because he can't score in real life and he can't stay onside in real life. Oh, that guy's a criminal. But Ben White and Saka in the second half send the boys through, and Arsenal are in the quarterfinals. All the favorites so far are going through here in the matchups. Brentford versus Fulham. Will Fulham keep this streak up of staying as the main team or staying as the favorites to go through? A trip here to Arsenal is looming, and it will be Fulham, and it will be the ex-Arsenal in Emile Smith-Rowe to send Fulham to the next round to take on Arsenal. So Smith-Rowe gets to take on his former club. Obviously just happened in real life as well. He was kind of kept quiet though. Unfortunately though, only 1-1 because Martinelli can't stay on side. But Fulham are through. They will take on Arsenal. And so the first half of the bracket is down to the quarterfinals. We have Liverpool versus Villa. We have Arsenal versus Fulham. All the favorites have went through. Will that be the same on the right-hand side, or will Man United have something to say? Will Tottenham have something to say against Nottingham Forest? Obviously, Tottenham have a stronger game on paper. Could that be the key factor? Let's go ahead and find out. It's Chelsea versus Ipswich up first, though. Chelsea versus Ipswich, and Chelsea will keep the favorite theme going. It's Shrewsbury Hall in the 84th, it's Sancho in the 51st, and it's a Sancho brace as he gets 2 goals in Ipswich Town. They might have got through to the playoffs, but they don't get further than that. Chelsea move on to the quarterfinals. Nottingham versus Tottenham. Will we have our first upset? Theoretically, it would be an upset as Tottenham's the lowest seed. Will Tottenham break the favorite curse, or will Nottingham Forest move on? Oh my lord, Nottingham Forest move on. Chris Wood sends them back in the 83rd with that 3-1. It was 2-0. They got one back in the 77th, and then Chris Wood called game. Wow. Hudson-Odoi and Gibbs White on the score sheet. Tottenham are in real trouble in real life, and they're out of the tournament here. It's City versus United in our first watch along here. Obviously, this is a custom tournament final. It's not a custom tournament final. It is technically the round 16 to get into the quarterfinals. Man United versus Man City. What second big 16 will get knocked out? What Manchester will stay living? Will it be Bruno Fernandes and Ruben Amorim's new side, or will it be Erling Haaland in the struggling Man City in real life? Let's see who comes out on top. Obviously, Erling Haaland has to start for Man City, and obviously Bruno Fernandes for them as well in Man United. Let's see who comes out on top. Xerxes with the strike early. And Joshua Xerxes and Man United strike first. A goal has been coming for the Red Devils, and Xerxes is the one to get it for them. 1-0, Man United strike first. And Manchester City thought they had the leveler, but Jeremy Doku is offside. It's still 1-0 for United. Manchester United are through. They knock off Man City. They're looking for the second for the cherry on top. It won't happen. But Man United are through. They beat the number 4 seed. They beat their bitter rivals in Manchester City. And they move on to the quarterfinals. Now, who will be taking on that Manchester United side? Will it be Newcastle or will it be Brighton? It will be Brighton. Isak, the only goal scorer, consolation goal in the 80th minute. Please go to Arsenal. Gruder in the 76th, Matoma and Minta. Brighton will take on Manchester United. And so the quarterfinal matchups are here. We have one team that is not a favorite in it, and that's Manchester United as they take down their rivals in Man City. But we have Liverpool versus Villa. That's a decent-sized game. Arsenal versus Fulham. That would be an interesting one. Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest, and Brighton, who's a 5th seed, against Manchester United. Will Manchester United's stronger team on paper be able to win it, though? That would be one interesting there. Are we going to have a top 4 semifinal in Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and United, or will there be some upsets along the way? Let's see what happens. First up, it's Liverpool versus Villa. Liverpool versus Aston Villa. The first one to go into semifinals will be Aston Villa. So no top 4 all semifinal as Aston Villa send the league leaders packing. Morgan Rogers in the 88th minute is enough to get the job done. Maybe that's why they didn't get through, because Trent got injured in the 19th minute, so Bradley had to come in and step in. They just couldn't get anything going after that besides their equalizer in the 30th minute. 0-0 all the way up into Morgan Rogers' 88th minute to make it 2-1. And Aston Villa are the first team in the semifinal. Will there be another upset, or will Arsenal get the job done? It's Arsenal 3, Fulham 1. Arsenal move on. So we have an all-AA battle in the semifinals. Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Havertz, Saka, and Calafiori all on the score sheet with Sanderberg in a consolation goal in the 77th minute there. How did Smith Rowe do? Did Smith Rowe even play? I don't think Smith Rowe played. He did not play. Smith Rowe didn't get a touch on there. That is interesting. There will be 5.8 there. Arsenal move on. We have our first semifinal matchup done and dusted. Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest. Chelsea are gone. Our first extra time game, and Nottingham Forest send them packing. And in fact, it was nil. This scoreline's all messed up. This scoreline is all messed up. The scoreline's all messed up. I'm assuming these 2 goals, 23rd and 25th, was enough there. So there is that. Nothing happened there, so that gives white goal just didn't happen. That Aina goal didn't happen, or the Alenga goal didn't happen. One of the 2 goals didn't happen there. Alenga, somebody won. Somebody scored the winner. Either Aina or Alenga scored the winner in the 100th plus minute there. But Nottingham Forest are through. Chelsea are gone. The $1 billion squad are gone. The $2 billion squad are gone. And Nottingham Forest take down 2 Big 6 clubs back to back. Brighton versus Man United. Will Brighton stop Man United, or will Man United move on to the semi-finals? It will be Brighton on a penalty shootout. Man United are sent packing after Rashford, Højlund, and Eriksson all missing their penalties. The question is, did it finish 1-1, or was this some weird-ass scoreline? No, this one was 1-1. So there is that. Eriksson scored in the 45th. He missed a penalty, though. Hinchelwood in the 76th. Nothing happened in the 30 minutes of extra time. Bruno Fernandes made his penalty. He was, in fact, the only one to make his. Welbeck, Jorginho Ryan, and Hinchelwood scored for their penalties, and Brighton are in the semifinals of the playoffs. And the semi-finals are here. Arsenal are the favorites again. It has to be Arsenal versus Aston Villa in the first semi-final. Brighton versus Nottingham Forest in the second semi-final. Absolutely absurd. It's really annoying that this is not where it should be. Hold on, let me fix this real quick. Let me put Chelsea back over here. There you go. The semifinal is there. Will Arsenal become back-to-back champions, or will it be somebody else? Aston Villa, Brighton, and Nottingham Forest. First up, it's Arsenal versus Villa. Who will come out on top? Will it be Arsenal and they're being favorites, or will it be Aston Villa? Saka, Kai Havertz, shoot the ball, Kai Havertz, Martinelli, Angry Ginge, I almost said Angry Ginge, it's Leonardo Trossard, Arsenal, strike first, 1-0. And Kai, oh my lord, my voice, but Kai Havertz might have just hit Arsenal to another final. I don't know what this little dance is. But Kai Havertz makes it 2-0 for Arsenal, and they are looking to get into the final for back-to-back years. And Bukayo Saka seals the deal for good. It's 3-0, and Arsenal are in back-to-back finals. And it's done. Arsenal are into the finals. Will they be taking on Brighton or Nottingham Forest? Let's go find out now. The second semifinal, it's Brighton versus Nottingham Forest. Who will come out on top of this one to take on Arsenal? To possibly break the seal. No, great save by Sells. Hudson-Odoi. Last couple minutes before we go to extra time. Gibbs White. Chris Wood. Can he send the team through? No. Save straight to the keeper. And we are going to a penalty shootout to see who goes to the final against Arsenal. And so how will this go? Danny Welbeck is up first. He puts his away for Brighton. First for Nottingham Forest, of course, it had to be the Wood. Chris Wood, he slots his away, knocking the bottle out of position. 1-1. Hinchell Wood, who sent them to the semifinals, misses this one. Can Ward-Prowse take the lead for Nottingham Forest? Yes, they can. Is Jorginho for Brighton trying to get back with a cheeky little Panenka. He's got ball of steals. Morgan Gibbs White, he will put his away. Nottingham Forest, perfect from the spot. Can Matoma keep that pressure on? Yes, they can. Brighton make it 3-3. Marano, can you score? And no, oh yes you do. The angle is a little bit butchered for me there. It looked like it was going straight down the middle. Brighton must score this to continue on. Minta must score. Minta does score. Can Nottingham Forest make it 5-5? It's Yates against Verbruggen. And Yates sends Nottingham Forest to the final. 5-4 on the penalty kicks. And so the final is here. Arsenal looking to do back-to-back champions. Or will Nottingham Forest become the underdogs of this and become the Champions League of the Premier League playoffs? Saka, Rice, Saliba, Gabriel, all looking to become back-to-back champions. Will it be them or will it be Nottingham Forest in the other? Oh, I hope it's not red to red. Please don't be. Okay, it's red and purple, pinkish. David Raya versus Sells for the trophy. Who's going to come out on top? Let me know in the comments. Nottingham Forest on the attack early. It's Jota, Dominguez, Gibbs White, Saliba intercepts. Trossard, he will open up the scoring instead. Arsenal 1, Nottingham Forest 0. After the first 45 minutes, Arsenal are up 1-0. After the goal and a chance from them, it's been horrible, to be honest. The game has just been horrible. Ward-Prowse, can he get something going? Trying to find a pass in behind, but Ben White and Arsenal are having none of it. Havertz, Saka, Martinelli, Trossard! 2-0 for Arsenal, back-to-back champions. Arsenal will be your Premier League playoff champions. Saka for the cherry on top. Trossard for the hat-trick, offside and off target. And a consolation goal is only available for Nottingham Forest, and it's looking like they won't even get that. It's Arsenal 2. It's Nottingham Forest 0. They are your Premier League playoff champions. Back-to-back years, I guess, for videos for my sake, because I obviously did this last FIFA cycle where Arsenal won it there. Arsenal win it now. 2-0 win against Nottingham Forest. And Arsenal are your Champions League. They took down Leicester City. They took down Fulham. They took down Aston Villa. And they take down Nottingham Forest in the finals. Very interesting there. Man United obviously taking down Man City. That kind of flattened it out for sure. But Brighton made the run, beating Newcastle, beating Man United, but losing out to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest was a Big Six killer. They just couldn't kill Arsenal. They killed Tottenham. They killed Chelsea. They just couldn't kill Arsenal in the final. Arsenal are your champions. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. If you want me to do this when the season is over or with another league like La Liga, Bundesliga, Italy, France, let me know in the comments. Until then, leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.